Alright, so here I am. You can see I've got a little twist in my holster here, and I think I misaligned. I didn't count the number of stitches right here, and well, I got one off or half of one off, and it ended up not coming out right. So you can see that twist in there, and to accommodate for that twist, because it puts me back here where I ended up not having enough line and finishing it up, so I'm going to end it right here, and I'm going to put in this little part here and widen it out a little bit because I don't have enough leather to get all the way in there. So I'm going to widen this out a little bit to accommodate for the trigger assembly, and it should slide in there a little bit nicer. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to see if I can correct this mistake right here with this little twisty. Maybe see if I can suck in half of a stitch over here and make it work. Even though it might end up with a little twisty in it. You know, I mean, it's not much, but it's enough to make it look like it's not done right. And I'm not really don't know if God's gonna pay me for it anyway or not. I don't know. It's kind of a learning experience for me. Alright folks, here's what I've got. I've sewed it together. As you can see, it's kind of twisted a little bit because it seemed easier, and it was just that's what happened. There's no really any rhyme or reason to it. You can see where I continued the stitch down this way after I got down a little bit, and I went ahead and just put a loop on the left hand side of the gun, which is where the belt will go. The belt will just slide right on in here, like this here, so it will hang down just like that, so you can reach down and grab it. I am also going to put a little rim of leather right around here, so it kind of gives it a little bit of closure. It doesn't look like such a raw edge, and provides some stability. And then from there, that's pretty much it. It's nothing really fancy, nothing special for my first holster. It doesn't look very good, but because I have a tendency to generally do things in a hurry, and I didn't make it really symmetrical. If I had made it more symmetrical and paid attention to where the holes were along the way, it wouldn't have twisted like it does right there. It would have been a little bit more straight. But because I didn't pay attention to the holes, it ended up being twisted. And like I said, it's nothing special, no tooling on it. I'm going to go ahead and put a ridge around here, and then we'll see what it looks like from then on. I am here at this point where I am learning a couple things. I have cut in some darts here to provide for the bending of the top of the holster. And what I've done is I've cut out every other place to stitch it to, and I work my way around. Now what I'm doing is I'm using, the lesson that I've learned here is that your alignment of your leather has to be perfect. I mean, that if you're going to do it in this style, it has to be perfect, otherwise it will have that weird twist in it that I got here. So what I learned here is the alignment of these holes is drastically important in being able to get this done correctly. In the same sense, using the alignment here is just as important. I'm providing for a curve for the pistol, so making the turn here is important to comfort the handle of the pistol nicely. So what I can see here from, I'm folding this together, and I am trying to get an alignment that's tight to the gun. So it's going to be folded over because it doesn't get held correctly. So what I'm going to have to do is cut this in so it's more equal down here. Two holes here. Now I don't have to get into that right now, but what I am going to do is I'm going to try to relay to you how I stitch this together. And how I'm doing it with a pair of pliers and my fingers and a lot of patience.
Something you said I should never do. My eyes turn to the right, and you are no longer.
Your hole count is absolute critical at this point. It's just getting it through one hole at a time and making sure that it's done correctly. One hole at a time will allow you your form of your leather. This is the beauty of doing it by hand, is not trying to get tangled up here. Alright. That was scary. I hate having to rethread that needle. This is sometimes hard to pull through the hole, but you have to make sure you don't twist the pair of pliers when you're pulling it through the hole. Ow! Because you'll break the needle. Now you notice here I'm pulling my line tight as I can because it's waxed. So I can get in there once I get through all the holes. Can't imagine how incredibly satisfying it is to be able to get just one hole finally through there, only to find out you've got another series of holes to worm your way through. See? It's not always going to be in the right direction that you think it's going to be. You get a worm that. It's the reason why these mattress needles are like this, for doing work like this. I can't push it through with my, darn it, I'm going to have to rethread it. Oh. Right. I hate this. All right. So you see, I licked it to get it kind of where I could get each one of those threads through that hole right here. Get it through one at a time here. This is horrible for you as it is for me. Alright, see? That's how you do it. Alright. Now let's try not to do that again. Got one. Oh. Looks like two. Oh, there it is, sticking out right there. Looks like we got the right hole. And we have to try more of the right with the tip of the needle here. See how we're right in the middle of the... Right it through there to get through the hole. And we've got another one to go. I'm just gonna find the right pressure point. And after that, so. Ha ha! Like there's no thread going through there. Horrible.
Seems I just can't get my footing. Once again, I'm down on
Get it through there again.
Can you see me while I'm naked? Can you hear me when I cry? Can you lift me up to stand?
Now I did it before.
Allow me to try and take your hand.
Yeah, just like that.
Lift me up, take me in your hands. Give me strength and I know that I will stand. I will answer when you call my name. Lift me up, lift me up.
Getting close to the end now. Yeah, don't try to make it any harder than you have to. Try to get them all lined up for you. After you've done all that work, might as well finish it up, make sure it's easy.
Sitting in a prison without bars.
How I do that is I just kind of fill up with air, and I use myself as like a big pressure bag, so I don't jerk it all the way out. I'm using my body as a big bag of pressure to pull the release, so you don't over pull it and have to thread your needle again. Alright, so here we are, we've lined up all the holes, and we're to the point of impact now, where it looks like there's nothing but the hole that I came out through, which is good, because I can go right in here like this, go right back into that hole right there, come right back out that mamma jamma right there. You see how nice that worked out? Now that was not planned, but it was guessed. So there we go. That's what we like. That's where it's going to be this curve right in here. It's going to drive this kind of up to kind of hold the holster. I hope. I don't know. Looks like so there's going to be a couple holes that's going to come out of there now. I might even have to dart it in to make it even sharper. You know what I mean? So I make that curve right at that point and use the rest of this leather here to form around that ridge. It will kind of fix that twist that I got going on right here, because it'll kind of bring this back to where it'll twist the gun in. I don't know. Looks like I might even have to do a dart up here somewhere weird. I don't know. Maybe not though. I think I can probably pull in a couple. Oh, that curves right on around there, doesn't it? I think I'm gonna have to go all the way around. I got it through. I finagled it around. I had to unthread it again. Got it through to the point where if I pull any harder on the pliers, I'm going to break the needle. So what I'm doing here is I'm twisting the needle and worming it through. Sometimes that's the only way to get it through. Just kind of keep working it like a worm. And you can control some of the tension on the leather depending on how well you worm it. You're able to follow your lines good, you can get right on through there. If you can see that tip, you can push it through with the pliers. And see, you You don't want to get that underneath your fingernail now. You want to work it right on the outside of your fingernail. You can use your thumb as a guide and push it through there. Enough where you can get a handle on it. Then you can worm it through there. The reason they make these things like this, you know. And don't push on it with your thumb either. It's sharp on both ends. Every painful moment. But you get lucky and it goes through easy. Sometimes you just gotta feel for it. One of these times you'll get lucky. Other times you just take an awl like this, you kind of point towards it. Alright, see how I'm moving the needle? If you get through it with the awl, got it pretty close. Feel the point. Where I don't want it to be any more difficult than it has to be. So I've got it pretty much through there. Just a little extra pressure. We always want to go in the right direction. For every little twist gives you a little bit more needle that you got through. You know, that's in the end, that's really all you want. Your needle to go through. See, there's the hole. I'm trying to go through it right. See how much work I have to go through to get there? Almost untouched the needle again. See that? Almost close. Okay, I want to make sure that line gets through there, huh? I want to make it nice and tight. That's what drives our angle here. So I think I'm trying to go through it with a needle. Gotta always keep in mind you're not gonna stab through your finger. That's assuming that it's gonna just poke right on through into your finger. And it's not gonna, you're gonna feel it before it gets anywhere near there. Close to the end now, we don't wanna thread the needle again. There I go, see, I was gonna do something stupid. There it is, I can feel it right there. Now I just need to worm it through a little bit like that. As I pull this out, I can chase it. Point back down like a lift. Right. Find the right spot where that hole is at. Right now it seems to be a choice between two holes. Whether I want to pull the holster up and to the left, or if I want to leave it kind of going to the right. And right here is my first angle cut. So I have to decide if going through this hole here is going to be better in yielding a desire. Sometimes it's not always the easiest, but sometimes it's the wisest. So, but what I'm doing is I don't want to leave an empty, ouch! See, I found it, I went through. Find the right hole to give it the right direction in the twist, because it is leather. I can form it with my stitching. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm pulling it tight. Stays in there. And I'm finishing this off. That seemed real easy, so I'm happy and pleased with that. That means I probably did the right thing. It holds it up nice and straight. Now we've got a nice solid stitch line all the way around there, see? Now I'm going to just tie into this, lacing just kind of wrapping around and tie all that together. Well, it seems like the right thing to do. Seems to fit in there nice like that. Okay, so here's where it comes into a little bit of weirdness. I can go straight down here like this. If I was to cut this here and make this straighter. You feel me? Because right now it's going to pinch together like this, and then it's going to want to do that. So if I went straight across through there and then came over with this, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because it's when you do that, it puts a curl to it, so that's only going to be part of the design. So as it is, if I just pulled tight right across there like that, boy, I don't know. It tells me I should just go straight across with it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut another piece of lacing, because I might want to put another piece of leather right here for the the trigger assembly, I don't know yet. But right now I'm going to cut another piece of lace. So now we have to go across here. This is where we're at, because this is going to have to go across and maintain flatness across there. We're going to have to go through this hole. We have that hole punched. Now we need to go through the hole that's here. That one right there. That's the one we need to hit. Worming until we find it. We know it's there somewhere, and there it is. So now that we found it, we can punch a hole through it. We're gonna worm our way through here. All right. Oh boy, what do we do here? I think we should probably tie a knot in it. We should probably give it some extra tail here. Don't want to sew anything to it. The knot will just be an intermediary. Will be tied so sucked up so much into that leather right there that it won't make that much of a difference. Unless you pull it through like that. If it's not easy to go through, there's a reason why. Your holes are punched in there. So the only reason impeding it could be that you're not in the hole. Which is a particularly hard one because it's a hole that's so easily to maneuver around. Can't always quite find it. Let's see, that might work. Yes, there. Success. Yes. I said I was going to have to cut a blob out of this. Well, this was right about where I need to cut another blob out of it. I need to have the right amount of leather to accommodate for that arch. I need to make sure that I'm lined up underneath here with the hole here. Filming, so I'm gonna have to go with maybe that'll do it. Tying all these pieces together here to form them into some sort of an angle that we can work with here. Pulling on it too hard, I'll end up breaking the needle again. Forming the leather the right way. Alright? Come back down here and we're going to try to make it smooth of a transition as we can. It's going to be a tight form. so different angles will accommodate needs. If that was kind of right on through there, which is nice. It means it's what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to come right down in between there, right? So we can really mold that into a nice tight round. Remember how we were going to go straight here? What we can do is we can cut out dark right here. And we can maintain maybe a little bit of angle in there. So let's go ahead and be ballsy here and cut out a dark. And right in here.
You people as friends, that's our blessing, and we're glad to do this job. Let's bulldog boogie. Let me do it faster now. This is a bull boogie. Hear that, hands? Well, my wife got a bulldog. Her bulldog that don't like me. Hey, my wife's got a bulldog. Her bulldog that don't like me. See if she got that dog. I'm up in the backyard tree. I met a heck of a little mercy. Smell that dog a bone. Come on, have a little mercy. Throw your dog a bone. Put your dog out at night and let the rubber boy home. Yeah, your bulldogs are ugly, I just can't understand. Hey, your bulldogs are ugly, I just can't understand. How you sleep with a dog when you once had a man? Oh, look at that! Hey, yeah. Chewing on my romance. Yeah, my wife still has her dog, and her dog and still don't like me. My wife still has her dog, and I'm still up the backyard tree. And when the bulldog turned and took a pee, I climbed down and I split.